Okay, so we are here, unfortunately, after about 22, 24, 25 minutes. IG Live was not working. For whatever reason, my connection was bad. So I'm here now with the girls. They're in the video. And I'm just going to give you guys some tips, the tips that I listed earlier in my video, in my story. And they just pertain to the COVID-19 crisis that's going on today and how it pertains to small businesses and what you can do, different options that can help you with just the inconvenience that's going on. So first, I had on my list was motivation and reassurance, which is something that I feel like we need no matter what, not just in a time of a crisis, but especially now because I just see a lot of people who are upset, people who are worried, people who feel like it's the end of the world, people who are, getting into depression because they just feel like, everything that they know as normalcy has been flipped upside down. So for that, I just would say to think about it in series of perspective, which is what I do with everything. And this is just me personally. I'm not a psychiatrist, a doctor, a therapist, or any of that. But this is what works for me. I look at things in a series of perspective. When it's something I'm going through or a hardship or just a challenge or a struggle in general, I try to think about somebody, somewhere, something that has it worse than I do. So I feel like that's just a great piece of advice for anyone who's in that situation. The whole world right now is going through everything, together. Some people obviously have it better than others, but at the end of the day, everybody has their own challenges with this situation, with being quarantined, with, being shut down, people are out of work. So, you're not alone. So that's number one. That's the first thing. Everybody's going through it. And I just feel like if we focus more on the solution rather than the problem, then, it's just more productive time and a better chance for success. So the next thing, we have ways to stay relevant as a brand during the crisis. So this is just my perspective as a brand manager or brand consultant or publicist or whatever you want to label me at the moment. I do all of the above for my clients depending on what they sign up for. But ways to stay relevant as a brand right now. First thing is visuals. Definitely visuals. You want to increase, double, triple the amount of visuals that you have had, whatever. Yes, we are in limited space. So being in your home is not, it's not terrible. There's options that you have for visuals. There's different photo props that you can order if you're still ordering things online. I just sent some to a few of my clients, like hard backboards for photo drops, backdrops. Also, just staging things around your house, using natural sunlight, taking high quality photos. Also things from online, there's stock photos, there's stock photo websites you can use. Me personally, unless that's your only resort, I don't usually suggest stock photos because they're available to everyone. But if you have to, then it's better than nothing. So I would say definitely increase your visuals. People are online. People that would normally be at work are online. You got people making TikToks all over the world because that's a sign of idle time. Like people are doing things that they didn't normally do or wouldn't have normally done, just to kill time and fill space in the day and take their mind off of things. So why not give them your content, your brand, your products to look at or, inquire about. So also using your stories. Right now, social media is heavy. Yes, there's a lot of traffic, but there's also a lot of, return. People are clicking on things, they're reading things, they're doing a little bit more, going a little farther than what they would normally do. So I think that's just something to pay attention to. Stories have always been, a gold mine for marketing. But now more than ever, I feel like they are, a little more intense. Virtual services, for sure. I now have switched all my clients over to virtual opportunities and PR. I'll get into that in a little bit. but I've switched all of my clients over right now to pitching virtual opportunities. Um, Brooklyn, let her sit down. She's okay. Bossmont Boulevard. So anyway, um, when it comes to PR, I've switched all my clients over to virtual opportunities, interviews, radio interviews, podcasting, written interviews, magazines, print things, things that can be done without person-to-person contact. No speaking engagements right now unless they're virtual. Nothing like that. So it's just a waste of time. At this time, if you want to be effective in your business, for right now, let go of the in-person events and in-person collaborations, because it's frustrating. You may pull some off and you do see people out and about doing things, but when it comes to planning and being practical, if you're looking to help this situation and not make it worse, then the best thing is to obviously stay home. And with that, then you want to be effective and productive in your time, and do virtual opportunities and focus on those opportunities more, because you'll get a heavier response. People are not really responding right now to anything that's in person or involves in-person contact. And if they are responding, it's vague information, because nobody really knows dates and timelines as to when things will go back to normal. So as far as, let me see, I talked about PR opportunities for the most part. I had something else I wanted to talk about with that, but I'll come back to it. Products. That's huge. So obviously we're looking for income. Sometimes services may not be available. Sometimes in-person things like speaking and vending and networking and things that bring us opportunities for income on a regular basis may not be available. But products, increase your volume of products, your focus on products. Because one thing that's going to happen, even though, you still want to be safe with the mail. However, the days it takes to ship and a virus being, I guess, not able to spread at that point inside. I don't know. I mean, we don't know much about it, but be safe with your shipping. Be safe with where you're purchasing from. But with that being said, I feel like the way the curve is going, people are they're already freaking out about quarantine. So people are going to look for some sense of normalcy in their days and their schedule, which shopping is obviously something that people already do and call retail therapy. So 9 times out of 10, there's going to be sales. There is the situation of budget, and people being tight because we don't know what's going on and we can't really work at the time, some people. So it's a 50-50, but what I will say is if you have a need-based product, you have something that people need, find a way to make it virtually accessible. Find a way that they can order online, that they can receive the product via shipping or whatever, and get what they need and you get what you need. Because right now, I think that's the smartest way. It's also great for branding. If you don't have products, there's methods and things you can do to incorporate products. There's merchandise, there's ebooks, there's e-courses. You can sell webinars, you can sell coaching, you can sell different things. It doesn't just have to be physical items. It can be services that you package into a product presentation style that people can buy and receive. So it may or may not involve your time and attention. It may be like a stationary item, like an ebook or something like that. But if that's the case, you want to incorporate more things like that, because they're just an easier focus right now with the circumstances. The next thing on the list was event planning, do's and don'ts during crisis. So I'm not an event planner by any means, but I do have hands in a lot of events and productions, just because, depending on who my clients are, who they're collaborating with, and what they need to do for and with them. Sometimes I'm doing creative directing, sometimes I'm doing PR, sometimes I'm doing press and media coverage. So what I would say with my experience and just my observation of what's going on right now, I would do, if you do have any events coming up and they're already put together and you just want to promote them, use a date to be determined, or don't use the date and just let people know that it'll be announced soon. Have ways for them to sign up and register and get connected with the event in the meantime, so that when more information is made available and tickets go on sale, things like that, you can update them easily and still retain the people who are interested. So, excuse me, I say that to say that you don't have to just eliminate events altogether. You can still promote them, you can still plan them, you can still curate them, but don't attach a date to it, because you just don't want to get involved with the stickiness. And people also are not going to commit right now to a date because they just don't know what's going to happen in their life right now. So that's that. And then also think about virtual events. So webinars, different things that people do. I've seen people do it. I have never done them. I don't have much experience with them just because I'm not, extremely tech savvy when it comes to certain things. But virtual events are probably a smart way to go. Something that people can attend or tune into that would offer them the same the base value of what they may get at an in-person event. And lastly, for that, I would say media and press. So focus on media and press right now. If you have an event coming up and you can't really focus on your guests because you can't sell tickets right now, you don't know certain information of where locations are going to be and things like that, the least you can do is look for media and press platforms that look like they would collaborate with you or look like they would align with your mission or that they're in your area. Because one thing I do know is right now, media and press outlets are hungry for content. They're reporting a lot of coronavirus things and, just news about people and how they're dealing with the coronavirus. But as far as press and media, they're going through a similar thing. Events that they were attending are canceling. Things, people they may have been looking to interview are not able to make it. So when you approach them about something that you're having in advance and you're asking if they are willing to obtain press passes, then that's something they may be interested in just because they're trying to fill their roster just like everybody else. The things that have dropped off, they're trying to fill in. And they're just trying to make sure that when things are up and running, that they can hit the ground running and that, they're not scrambling for what's next or what to do. So media and press are definitely responding at this time, at least, from what I've seen. So starting a new business for entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs. Thank you, Chicken Nugget. I love you. Okay. So starting a new business for new entrepreneurs, I say green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. I've said that all year long, no matter virus or not. I always encourage people to become business owners, whether it's their full-time thing or their side hustle, regardless of what, what their passion behind it is. It's a good thing. It's a smart thing. It's a responsible thing to create multiple streams of income. It's a responsible thing to create something that you have control over. No matter how, fast it moves or whatever pace that you feel you're going with it, it's yours. And it's something that no one can take from you but God. Like I said before in my post, that's something that you don't necessarily have to wait 2 weeks for someone to pay you. There's no cap, on how much you're able to make or what you're able to, do. I was just talking about this the other day, about working a traditional salary and basically saying in the beginning of the year that you're fine with capping what you're going to make that year. So in the beginning of the year that 365 days later, you'll have made XYZ amount of money that year, which you can look at it as stability because that you're pretty much guaranteed a certain amount. However, it actually can be quite the opposite, just because of things like what we're seeing going on today. There's a lot of people who felt like they had stability, and in a time of crisis, they don't have control. And that's the part that I feel like is the most valuable, is the control, is the power over how you live your life, how you contribute to the world in your career. Yes, you may be able to choose a company you work for, but you may or may not necessarily be able to choose what you do that day or how you do it. So things like that, the small things, are where you see the value and the ability to grow. And like I said, the unlimited opportunities for growth. So definitely it's a big suggestion for consideration right now. Like I said, even if it's just your side hustle, it's not something that you have to just dive full throttle into, even though that's what I did. But I understand that everything is not for everybody, and some people prefer a certain, I guess, path to getting to their goals. But you should definitely make it one of your goals, nevertheless, to have multiple streams of income, however that may look for you. Whether it's investing, whether it's partnering with someone else who's an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. But, never have it to the point where you're relying on one main source, because anything can happen. And that source can be non-existent or can become more detriment than it is help. So that's just my take on that and my advice on that. Last but not least, I'm going to just let you guys know that due to the COVID-19 crisis, and due to the fact that I'm highly invested into women's empowerment, and that I also know the panic and what it's like to not really know what's next. If you feel like you need help and you're serious, let me repeat that, and you're serious, and you're serious about starting a business and working for your passions, definitely DM me, email me, contact me, because I am introducing Pay What You Can coaching, which is basically catered towards, like I said, people who are serious that may have budget tension right now because of what's going on, or just may feel like they're not sure, what that investment entails. And at this trying time, it's just not, it's not always feasible. So for those people, if that is you, please feel free to DM me, email me, let me know, and we can discuss, a budget that works for you. And that is essentially the Pay What You Can coaching. You're able to receive coaching. I coach by the hour. And, we can discuss what your visions are, what your goals are. And if there's other ways I can help you, of course, you're more than welcome to inquire about that. But this way, the coaching, at least, if nothing else, will help you to, I guess, have a little bit of clarity, having a little bit of accountability, and just get some expertise from someone who has actually done it and who's still doing it and who's helping, other women and business owners do it. So that's it. And thank you for watching. I am definitely about to go take it down. I have some work to do still. I did take a day off today, so thank you for everyone for bearing with me. It was Taylor's birthday today. Woo! Happy birthday. Yeah, I hope the video was helpful. I hope the information is helpful. And more than anything, I hope that you're encouraged. I hope that you are motivated to get informed if you're not informed about entrepreneurship in the small business industry. Come here, Ducky. Come here. We're about to be done. And last but not least, stay home and stay safe. I work from home all the time anyway, so it wasn't that much of a drastic change for me. But the fact that I can't leave, and obviously that stores are pretty much empty, it's been a little bit chaotic. But for the most part, we are all good. Brianna, come say hi so everybody can see that you're safe and well and and healthy. Hi. We did not get to do our Mommy Talks Matter episode today like we planned, just because it was Taylor's birthday and they were super turned up. But I will be posting videos and I will be sharing, little snippets of today. And the episode will be coming very shortly. Say bye, Bubba.